There is a scandal going on at Iowa State. Hunter Dekkers is in a lot of hot water, along with some other teammates, some former players, some players in other sports. Really, everywhere throughout the university, this is touched somewhere. We're going to talk about a lot of that right after this word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Auto store near you.
This is for Cameron.
What is up, guys, and welcome in. My name is Mountaineer Paul, your host. You're here again. You're at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, guys, and I appreciate you for being here. We've got a scandal going on at Iowa State, and it's not your typical scandal. Players aren't being paid that we know of. There's no abuse from coaches. There's no hazing going on. We're talking about a sports betting scandal, and yes, historically this has happened. I can't remember too much, at least just from memory, of this happening in a collegiate setting like this, but this has touched all parts of Iowa State. This has touched into the Denver Broncos organization with a former Iowa State player, and it's really just kind of put a damper on what should be a really exciting start to the season for the Cyclones. Now they lose their 12-game starter from last year, and Hunter Dekkers going forward. I'm going to get to an article from Deadspin that kind of explains everything that happened here and kind of where we are now. As of July 2021, name, image, and likeness allowed collegiate athletes to earn money using their personal brands while under the NCAA's watch. Well, at least the above-the-table payments. Betting has obviously never been a part of that agreement, as placing money down on games you're involved in brings in a world of ethical issues. Pete Rose is still out of baseball, and the Cincinnati Reds take pride in disowning their franchise's GOAT. Enter Hunter Dekkers, who had the inside track to be Iowa State's starting quarterback for the second season in a row, until a criminal complaint filed Monday accused him of betting on the Cyclones' games. The complaint alleges around 366 bets totaling $2,799, two oddly specific amounts, were placed on a DraftKings account linked to Dekkers, including 26 bets on Iowa State games. The individual wagers included putting money down on Iowa State's game against Oklahoma State on October 23rd, 2021, which Dekkers didn't play in. The complaint doesn't state what type of bet he made on the game, but it does state Dekkers was under 21, Iowa's legal betting age. When most of the bets were placed, his identity was allegedly disguised with help from his parents, Scott and Jamie Dekkers. In a statement to ESPN, Dekkers' attorney said his client will plead not guilty to charges, but also step away from the team at this time. Across the country, fall football camps is open to give teams about a month to get in shape before the season gets into full swing. A key part of fall camp is setting the depth chart, which had Dekkers nearly guaranteed to be penciled in at number one, not only due to being the incumbent, but a lack of experience at the Power 5 level behind him. Now, he'll be lucky to play another college football game, as the updated NCAA rules state permanent expulsion from games is a possible penalty. Dekkers is also one of four current or former Iowa State athletes charged with tampering with records related to a larger ongoing investigation related to sports gambling at Iowa State's. Shockingly, one of the other three individuals is Ioma Uwazurike, the Denver Broncos defensive lineman, who was suspended by the NFL last week for violating the league's gambling policy, pot, meat, kettle. In addition to betting on NFL games from the Broncos facility, the complaint alleges Uwazurike made 801 bets totaling more than $21,300, including 4 bets on Iowa State football games. He's setting quite the example for how you mess up your football career. Even Uwazurike did allegedly bet the most while a Cyclone. Sophomore wrestler Panero Johnson allegedly placed around 1,283 bets, worth more than 435,600, including 25 on Iowa State games. Here is a quick snapshot of the players not named Hunter Dekkers. As you can see, they've been criminally charged here, guys. And what a blow to the Iowa State Cyclones and Matt Campbell. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, guys, we ask that you hit that subscription button. It is free. Follow along with us as we follow this case, guys. We follow the Mountaineers as they have a month to get ready for Penn State. Drop a comment below, guys. We would love to hear what you have to say about this situation. How do you feel about the Iowa State Cyclones now? Should they be 14th in the league now that this is all going on? And also hit that like button, guys. We love when you do that. It feeds the algorithm and gets this video out to a wider audience. Obviously, guys, Hunter Dekkers is the main storyline here, and he's usually headlining most of this, although there is an NFL player involved. I think Dekkers is kind of the sexiest thing to kind of plaster across this. But how about the parents in this situation agreeing to do something illegal for their son, who is pretty good position in life at this point in time? Before this all came out, you're the starting quarterback at a Power 5 university. You had a pretty good season last year, and you're only looking to build upon that going into the next year, and you're doing this behind the scenes. I don't want to absolve Hunter Dekkers of any wrongdoing here, but you can see why he's doing what he's doing here. Look at the leadership he's had to learn from. Unless these parents were completely just naive to the situation or he's tricked them somehow, it's a little shocking that two parents would put their son or allow their son to get in this type of situation. Bad parenting all around. Iowa State, I think, has been expecting this for a while now. They obviously signed a quarterback out of the portal from junior college. They've signed a few. But there's one, guys, that I think is kind of interesting that you did not know about, or if you do know about, you're probably excited about as well. That's Rocco Becht. He eventually went to Iowa State. He did not receive an offer from West Virginia, and now he stands to gain from this Hunter Dekkers situation. What an interesting flip that would be, to be playing against West Virginia legend Anthony Becht's son on Saturdays. I really hope that Hunter Dekkers isn't suspended forever for this. I just don't wish that on the young man. While he may deserve it, he may really deserve that. I don't know. But I really think that everybody deserves a second chance in life, and the decisions you make at 20 or 21 years old should not be held against you forever. And so I hope Hunter Dekkers, maybe it's down the road, maybe he just eventually gets an NFL tryout. But I would love to see him back in the uniform somewhere, and hopefully he's learned his lesson for some of this. Obviously, you don't think about the consequences for these kind of things when you're in the act, or you give them very little credence. When they come down, it's a shock. And I'm sure the entire family is shocked right now. I hope they can heal. Obviously, there's more than one family involved here. It's not just Hunter Dekkers. There are several families involved. The baseball team was involved. The wrestling team was involved. The football team was involved. That's why I said this was university-wide scandal. And I don't know how this is going to affect Iowa State when they kick off against Northern Iowa, but I'll be interested to see what Vegas does, ironically, with the spread for that game going forward. Like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments how you feel about this entire situation. Are you calling for the heads of these players? Do you feel like they deserve a second chance? How do you feel like it's going to be a distraction for the Iowa State football team going forward? Maybe it galvanizes the team. Who knows? And how do you feel about possibly playing against former legend, Mountaineer legend, Anthony Becht's son, Rocco Becht? Not guaranteed, but it's a possibility. All right, guys, this has been another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. Hope you enjoyed this one. This one is over, and I'm out.
This is for Cameron. Kim. Oh.